Navasota High School statistics teacher Josh Wilkerson employed a project-based service learning approach with his students to analyze the professional and volunteer organizational responses to the victims of wildfires that burned in the school community in 2011. In project-based learning, students use knowledge, inquiry, and discovery to explore real-world problems and challenges. Wilkerson's students integrated community service and reflection into a project that was relevant to them and important to the community.
Service learning incorporates a couple of key things that I think are good for teaching, and one is just application of the material that students are learning, especially in a math class where things can tend to be kind of abstract. The second thing is I think it encourages a civic responsibility, which is really the whole purpose behind education as a whole, is to produce effective and productive citizens that are able to contribute to the quality of life of their community. And so
while project-based learning requires teachers to use processes to ensure students are exploring appropriate mental paths, the responsibility for learning is shifted to students who must use knowledge, inquiry, and discovery to solve problems.
What you learn in the classroom usually as a student, you try to learn it just long enough to pass a test or to get past the next quiz, and you really don't apply it past that point, especially in the math and the science classes. And by doing this, we're taking it out of the classroom and applying it in real life situations, and we'll be able to utilize it later on down the road because we've used it before in another situation other than just a test or a quiz or a worksheet.
It's kind of with other types of math classes, you're like, oh, this applies to the real world, you'll need this later in life, but actually with statistics, we got to do that. We got hands-on learning. We got to learn how to communicate with other people, go out and actually tackle a project. It wasn't something in class, it's something we had to do on our own time, and it was a lot of responsibility.
Wilkerson's students led all phases of the process from planning to presentation. They also interacted with professional experts who were able to bridge the gap between classroom learning and real-world application.
We were able to bring in some outside consultants from Texas A&M who'd actually had experience in doing these types of projects and this type of research, and their guidance was just invaluable as far as what they provided to students. And I think students really got a lot from interacting with them, seeing the people who do this professionally and just being able to ask them questions and learn from them, and also getting affirmation from those people that what they're doing is actually something fairly significant that even some college level classes don't even really get to. And so,
I personally, I believe that we learn a lot more through this process because of the fact that you just don't ask the teacher questions, you ask your fellow students questions along the way. For me, I can honestly say that I was a little bit more curious. I was more curious and asked more questions than I would have done so in the classroom. So I guess for me it was more fun and I learned a lot more.